Okay.
So if I get in trouble in Sarasota County, do I have to have that on me at the time of arrest?
It won't help.
Sheriff Hoffman was just sworn in for his second term as the Sarasota County Sheriff. Today we're going to meet with him to learn more about what the sheriffs do, how they do it, the types of assets they have, recruitment opportunities, and his favorite things about the community. Come with me. What aspects of law enforcement is the Sheriff's Office tasked with here, and what types of assets do you have at your disposal?
Sure, so we're the 11th largest county in the state of Florida, so we have a lot of assets and we help all the municipalities within there. We have the only air unit, aviation unit. We currently have one helicopter. Next month, fingers crossed, we'll be getting our new Bell 429, which also fights fire, and we use that countywide. We're just using it today. We have a mounted patrol unit. We have a bomb unit. We have a dive team that helps all the other agencies out as well. We are the only drug lab here in this building that does all the drug testing for all the municipalities, state and federal agencies that make drug arrests here in Sarasota County. In the floor below us where we're at right now, we have a digital forensics laboratory that examines phones and thumb drives and CCTV and iPads and computers and all that stuff. Digital crime is a big part of what we do. So we've got a very large footprint in this county, and we help all the municipalities and state agencies as well, for sure.
So we thankfully have relatively low crime rates here in the county. What do you attribute that to?
Well, this is a very good place to live, work, and retire, right? So a lot of folks move here, but it's a very wealthy community. We've got a lot. We have the #1 beach in the United States. We've got some really good local attractions, the Ringling Museum, things like that. So we attract a pretty good clientele. I always joke that it's too expensive to have a crack house in Sarasota County, right? Because you couldn't afford it. But we have a program here called Intelligence-Led Policing. We always look at the worst of the worst offenders in our community and remove those. You always heard the adage that like 5% of criminals are committing 60% of the crime, and that's true. So we partner with our local state attorney's office. I'm a former prosecutor, so I prosecuted these cases. I've got friends at the state attorney's office. We work together to make sure when we identify those criminals in our community that are causing havoc, whether it's drugs or a lot of the scams that we're seeing right now, economic crimes, things like that, we get those folks out to where they belong, and then it makes it a pretty safe community. And then probably secondly, we have a really good relationship with our community. If they see something, if they have a problem in their neighborhood, they will call us. And we're about quality of life issues. We'll go in and work those drug houses or those traffic issues in the individual neighborhoods and kind of get down at a granular level to make sure from University to Northport that our community is safe.
And I know traffic can sometimes be a concern, especially during the winter season. How are you folks handling that and addressing that?
Not sometimes, all the time. It seems like, we used to have snowbird season, right? And sometimes you don't really see that on your calendar anymore. So with all the folks that are moving down here and actually moving over from we've seen from the East Coast as well, that's something that we deal with. Our last 3 budget cycles, we've presented to the Board of County Commissioners additional traffic units, DUI units, traffic units. And for the first time last year, we have traffic units working in this county 24/7, 365. There will always be traffic units working. And like I tell my citizens, I gave a speech last night, it's traffic. Just take a deep breath, be patient. It's not robbery, carjacking, all kinds of stuff like that happens in other jurisdictions in the state. Sure. It's traffic, but it still is a problem, and the safety of our citizens is important. So we want to make sure that they can travel safely. We do have, on occasion, some pretty bad crashes and some fatality crashes, and we examine those intersections and where we move our resources to be able to try to keep those crashes down.
I often say we don't use our GPS to see where we're going. It's to see where the traffic is that day.
Exactly. Yeah, we do, and it's an important function of when you're traveling in this county. It used to be you could drive. I live down the south end of the county, so to come up here, that used to be a 10-minute drive. Well, it's not anymore. But thankfully, in terms of Part 1 crimes, which are rape, robbery, murder, arson, burglary, grand theft, those things are down almost 60% since 2009, since we went to intelligence-led policing, where we're spending the time identifying the folks that are doing harm in our community.
I understand you have a recruiting push here at the Sheriff's Office. If someone's interested in working for you and with you, what types of opportunities are available and where can they learn more about those?
Sure. So we have over 1,100 employees in this agency, most of which are sworn either corrections officers or law enforcement officers. We also have 300 civilian positions from our corrections facility to our animal services to our civil section and here at headquarters. So we've got lots of opportunities. And I would encourage them to go to sarasotasheriff.org, sarasotasheriff.org, our website. drop-down box on there and look for the positions that are available and for the recruiting fairs that we have. We just had a job fair here at headquarters, had over 100 folks show up from actually around the state and from out of state, because this, like I said, this is a pretty good place to live, work, and retire and play. So we get a lot of applications, and if they go to our website, they can look on there and fill the information out, and Human Resources will contact them. We'd like to have them be part of our team if they can help us in our mission.
And for those new recruits, what does that training look like? Time frame, types of activities that they perform?
Sure. Here in Florida, so it's about a 700+ hour academy that they will go to, 15 weeks, and it's about 500 hours for corrections deputies in our jail. We run the county jail as well for all the law enforcement agencies, and we've got about 250 people in that jail. So we have corrections, law enforcement, and civilian positions. But yeah, about 700 hours. They graduate from the academy. They come here. They do like a 2-week mini academy with us on our paperwork, our values, our culture, and how we expect to see people treated. We're a constitutional office, so we treat people, their constitutional rights are very important to us. So we teach that component of it. Myself and my chief deputy meet with every single new recruit before they get sworn in and tell them what our values are: fairness, integrity, respect, and service. We want them to know that. And then they go for 1 year on probation. During that period of time, they'll have a field training officer. They'll go out in the field, whether it's in the jail and corrections or on the road. They'll be paired up with a senior field training officer that will teach them everything, grade them, score them, make sure that they are the kind of individual that we want, policing our community. And we have a very high success rate in those programs because we pick good people. We do good background checks, and a lot of them are coaches and folks that already live in this community, right? They're involved in their church or whatnot. So they're good employees, and they do an excellent job. I couldn't be more proud to be their boss.
I noticed on Instagram you guys have announced an exciting event coming up April 12th. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, we can tease a little bit without giving away too much information. April 12th, we're going to have a community event here at our headquarters, and we're going to kind of redo it. We've done it in the past on a different date, but we've got some new and exciting things that are going to be coming in. It's part of our partnership with the community. So it'll be something for the kids, something for the adults. Let them see a little bit about their sheriff's office kind of behind the scenes. We'll have some static displays. We'll probably be landing the helicopter out there. I don't want to give too much away. There'll be food, activities for the kids, just a good community event for them to see us in a positive light, in a nice environment, not alongside the road when you've been stopped for a speeding ticket. We'd like to connect with our community, and this is going to be a good opportunity. So April 12th, stay tuned on social media. You can follow us, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, all of those places, and also on our website.
Awesome. And, other than keeping law and order here in the county, which you're doing a great job, what are some things you tell people they should experience here in the county, whether they're visiting or they've recently moved here? Sure.
So I've lived here 42 years, raised my family here, met my wife here. I love this place. And one of the things I enjoy doing is there's some really good fishing in this community. If you're a fisherman or you like the outdoors, I mean, whether it's golf, we've got some premier golf courses. We've got some very nice museums downtown. The southern end of our county is growing significantly. I think the city of Northport just reached 90,000. So that Welland Park area down there, some really great restaurants that I would recommend for your viewers and for your listeners as well. It's just a great, obviously the #1 beach in America, several years in the last 10 years. So there's a lot of amenities in this community that are family oriented and pretty cool. We got the Moat Marine coming online up at Benderson Park. I've got a kind of behind the scenes look at that. It's going to be a really cool venue and a nice day with your family.
Awesome. I thank you so much for your time today, sir.
You are welcome. Thank you. Thank you.
I'd like to thank the sheriff for meeting with us today, learning more about how they enforce law here in Sarasota County, recruitment opportunities, and his favorite things to do. Until the next time, be well.